So we're live. We come live every Sunday. Today we're talking about side sit-ups in the reformer, specifically about the top leg cramping. I'm Lesley Logan, co-founder of onlinepilatesclasses.com. You can see my new OPC flannel by one of our teachers, Mindy. I love it. We're about to go on tour as well, so hopefully we get to see you in person. And so I had to show you this because I just got it today. Look at this tour sweatshirt. Don't you want one? Has all the tour stops on the back. There's 22 cities. 3 of them are completely sold out. So you want to go to opc.me/tour to snag your spot and see all of the cities that we're at. You can come to multiple stops if you want, but yes, 3 cities completely sold out. So do not wait because we're less than 20 days away and that it's like kind of crazy. I love this question that you guys put up in the comments of a video about the top leg cramping in the side sit-ups, specifically because it tells me that you're understanding something is probably not going right, but what is that and how do we adjust it? So I think we should be on the same page of what side sit-ups are on the reformer and then talk about why things go wrong, specifically the hip cramping. And you can drop any questions you have about side sit-ups while you're watching this live. If you have more and you're watching the replay, please put them in the comments. I do answer the questions in our comments on our videos here on YouTube on Sundays at 9 a.m. we go live. I answer the questions inside our community every single day. Plus, I'll give you feedback on your form. So if you are an OPC member, take a video of you doing your side sit-ups and I can actually give you feedback on what's going on. So there's a couple ways to do side sit-ups. One is having one leg in the strap and one knee bent. Now, what I tend to see here is this knee is kind of all over the place. So notice how my knee is in line with my hip. That's what you want. And then this foot is just going to be on your inner thigh, not hooked, just like there. And that way, what I can do is push this leg down, right? And then this leg can push up. So my legs are abducting, abducting. And then this hip is stacked over this hip. And then once I'm sure I'm like really long, notice my toes. They're actually reaching parallel to the floor or down. So the heel is up. We want the heel up so that this glute med is on. If the toes are up, your hip is actually going to open up and you're going to use your muscles over here. Not ideal, okay? So then both hands go behind the head. You go down and you go up. You go down and you go up. If I go 2 up, my leg drops down. So you want to make sure you're only going up as much as the leg stays up, all right? The other option to do your side sit-ups, you're not going to maybe like, but I happen to love. It took me a while because yes, your TFL has to like it. It's both legs straight and then heels are pressing up and then you go down and you go up and you go down and you go up. I love that one because it really forces like inner thighs to work, feels more full body for me. Obviously, the box size will matter. So things that go wrong are that the hips open, you go this way, or that the chest twists. And so then when you're coming up, you might be coming up from your back or too much of one muscle. So if a muscle is cramping, it tells me a few things. You could just need to drink more water. Okay. But if it's happening on every single time you do the exercise, chances are you're overworking something and underworking something. So what more can you bring to the exercise? Can you make sure that your tailbone is reaching towards your heels or is it sticking out behind you? Did you over tuck, right? Are you actually twisting your shoulders coming up or are you letting this leg move around in the strap? Leg needs to be parallel and notice how like you didn't hear my straps at all. It didn't even move at all. That's the width, the size of the side sit-ups. So obviously I can get bigger as I get stronger in my outer hip, right? If you're doing all that and your hips still cramping, I do wonder if you're ready for side sit-ups. Maybe we need to go do them over on the ladder barrel. Maybe we need to do more kneeling side kicks, more laying down side kicks. Maybe we need to stretch your hip before we do this, right? So there might be some things I have to see you, and this is why at OPC it's so great. I can actually see you do an exercise and I can see what's kind of going on to understand, but chances are pelvis is probably out of alignment. And so you're moving from the wrong muscles and not bringing the whole body to an exercise, right? With the whole body. And that's what's so cool. Some people are like, just the same order all of the time on the mat and reformer. Yeah. For me, when you take OPC, you take from people like me, it is. And it's not because we want to bore you. It's because we want you to be curious about your practice and then get better and get stronger and see where you can take it next. And that's what's been really, really fun about my practice and my side sit-ups now that I'm doing the straight legs. And now I can find how much longer can I get? Can I slow it down to juice it out? Can I speed it up without losing the control? It's really, really important. Of course, you want to make sure you're doing both sides. That's super important. But I recommend starting with a standing side sit-ups on the ladder barrel. You can find that here on our YouTube channel. You can also find it in our barrels flashcards. That one is really nice because it allows you to reach into two straight legs and work the side sit-ups without putting pressure on the hips holding you steady. So pelvic stability is required for side sit-ups on the reformer, whether you do the single leg in the strap or especially if you do the two legs in the strap. And so you absolutely want to make sure that you have good pelvic stability. Can't have pelvic stability like just by gripping and squeezing. You actually do need the entire center working for you. So if you have questions about this, feel free to ask. This is not a beginner exercise. So if you're new to Pilates and you're having these cramps, it's probably just to build up your stamina and your strength and endurance. And so please see some mat exercises like the side leg kicks, single leg circles. I definitely would make sure you're doing single leg kicks. It's going to help open up the front of your hips, strengthen the hamstrings and glutes. I can give you more ideas if you want them, but all of these exercises can be found in our flashcards at onlinepilatesclasses.com. And again, if you would like feedback on your form, make sure you join OPC at onlinepilatesclasses.com/YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining us. I've got to go teach a live class to our OPC members, so I'm going to take off. But keep your comments coming, your questions coming, your love for these videos coming. They really do mean a lot to me. And join us on tour. Come to opc.me/tour to snag your tickets. Literally only 2 spots left in a couple cities, so please check those out before it's too late. Have an amazing day.